They told you that light travels through space. They never told you that it travels through you. Every thought you've ever had, every emotion you've ever carried, leaves a faint shimmer in the air around your body. You are not merely reflecting light, you are broadcasting it. Scientists call them biophotons, tiny packets of electromagnetic energy emitted by living cells. Ancient mystics called it the aura. The poets simply called it a soul that glows. I remember the first time I read that human DNA emits light. It was as if someone had quietly confirmed what I had always known, that the human being is not a creature of clay, but a filament of the cosmos itself. And I thought, of course we shine. Take away all the philosophies for a moment and imagine the simplest truth. The entire universe is energy vibrating at different speeds. Slow vibration looks solid. Faster vibration becomes invisible. The only difference between the desk in front of you and the thought passing through your mind is frequency. In 1923, a biologist named Alexander Gurwitch discovered that dividing cells in onion roots gave off a faint ultraviolet glow. He called them mitogenetic rays. His colleagues dismissed it as fantasy until the 1970s, when a German physicist, Fritz Albert Popp, proved those same light emissions were real. Popp found that healthy cells emit coherent light, like tiny lasers, while sick or stressed cells flicker chaotically. So the question isn't if we shine, it's how clearly we do. Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's presence before they spoke? That isn't intuition in a mystical sense. It's physics meeting biology. Your body's electromagnetic field extends meters beyond your skin, changing subtly with every heartbeat, thought, and breath. The HeartMath Institute has measured this with magnetometers. Our emotions literally sculpt the magnetic field around us. When I was younger, I could feel tension in a room before words were exchanged. I used to think it was anxiety. Now I understand. My system was reading light. The way a tuning fork feels another tuning fork hum. We're all doing it. We just forgot to notice. Here's where it becomes beautifully strange. Neuroscientists have found that the brain's microtubules, tiny lattice-like structures inside neurons, can guide photons. Some researchers suggest these structures could be the medium through which consciousness interacts with matter. Think about that. Every idea that crosses your mind could also be a pattern of light. When you imagine someone you love, your neurons fire in synchrony, releasing electromagnetic pulses, miniature beacons calling that person's image into the field of possibility. When you dwell in anger, the light contracts. When you forgive, it expands. You feel it instantly, don't you? I've felt it too. That moment when you finally let something go and your chest feels 10 kilos lighter. That's not poetry, that's physics expressed through mercy. Thousands of years before microscopes, our ancestors built temples to this truth. In Egypt, priests spoke of the Ka, the luminous double of the soul. In India, sages mapped the chakras, vortices of spinning light. In China, healers followed Qi, the invisible current that animates all life. They weren't guessing. They were observing the same phenomenon we are only now rediscovering under fluorescent lamp bulbs. The Vedas describe the human being as a sun hidden in flesh. The emerald tablet whispers, as above, so below. Everything that glitters in the night sky also glows within you. Close your eyes for a second. Take a breath in. Imagine that with every inhale, light moves up through the soles of your feet, spirals along your spine, and pools behind your eyes. Now open them. Notice how colors seem sharper? That's not imagination. It's attention changing the nervous system's electrical rhythm. When the mind stills, coherence rises, and coherent systems emit stronger light. Meditation, prayer, music, laughter, they all increase photon emission in the body. Maybe enlightenment was never about floating above the world. Maybe it's about remembering that you are literally made of light and learning how to shine on purpose. Every feeling carries a waveform. Anger compresses, gratitude expands. Fear scatters energy, love organizes it. When the heart moves into gratitude, its rhythm becomes a perfect sine wave. Instruments can record this coherence, a literal harmony between heart and brain. That is the body speaking in music again. I know that feeling well. The instant I choose compassion instead of control, my whole body sighs in relief, like light finally remembering where to go. You've done it too. That moment you forgave someone who never apologized, and suddenly the world looked brighter? That was coherence being restored. Your light re-entered alignment. Inside every cell, photons move along the double helix of DNA, whispering instructions. They don't just illuminate, they communicate. Scientists have noticed that these faint flashes behave as if they store information, patterns that persist even after the light stops. Think of it as a library written in illumination. Ancient mystics called it the Akashic Record, memory imprinted in the field. Modern physics calls it quantum information. Different language, same truth. Energy never forgets. It simply changes form. So when you heal, you're not erasing the past, you're recoding the light that carries it. Every being radiates a frequency signature. When two people meet, their fields overlap and begin to tune to each other. This is called entrainment. It's why laughter spreads. It's why one calm person can soothe a whole room. The photons leaving your skin can influence those around you. Experiments with cell cultures show that when one dish of cells is stressed and another is calm, but only light can pass between them, the calm dish helps stabilize the stressed one. That's empathy at the level of light. It means your peace isn't private. It's participatory. You're teaching the universe how to balance itself through the frequency you hold. Where attention goes, photons flow. Your focus is a lens that concentrates the life force. Look long enough at a problem and it grows heavier. Turn your gaze toward possibility, and the field rearranges itself around that intention. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the observer effect, proven again and again. The act of observing changes the outcome. When I finally learned to watch my pain without judging it, it began to dissolve. Not because I ignored it, but because I stopped feeding it distorted light. Awareness itself is the solvent. Imagine each thought as a photon seeking company. Similar frequencies attract. They gather, cluster, and form matter. That's manifestation stripped of mystique, consciousness crystallizing into form. The word human comes from the Sanskrit manas, mind, and the Latin humus, earth. We are literally mind-earth hybrids, consciousness condensed into clay, light wearing dust so it can see itself. When you realize this, self-doubt becomes impossible, because how could light ever be unworthy of shining? Medical researchers have used low-level laser therapy for years to stimulate tissue repair. Cells respond to light by accelerating regeneration. Now imagine emotional light doing the same. When you offer yourself kindness, you're applying coherent photons of attention to wounded places. When you speak truth, you align your frequency with integrity, and integrity heals faster than denial ever could. I've seen it in my own life. Days when pain felt endless until I stopped fighting it and simply bathed it in acceptance. Within hours, everything shifted. Light obeys surrender. Every sunrise, every candle flame, every act of love is a reminder of what you are made of. You came here not to find the light, but to remember you are it. And if you ever forget, look up. The same photons that left a distant star 10,000 years ago are touching your skin right now. That's how intimate the cosmos is with you. It's been reaching across time just to say, I'm still here, and so are you. So the question is no longer, do we emit light? It's, what story will our light tell next? Because every thought, every act of kindness, every breath of forgiveness is altering the brightness of the collective field. You are not a spectator in creation. You are one of its projectors. Shine deliberately. Shine honestly. Shine as if the whole universe is watching, because it is. And when you do, it will answer back in light. They told you the universe is out there. They forgot to mention it's looking back at you. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is a line of code projected into a quantum field that can only respond one way, by reflecting. The mirror doesn't judge, it doesn't edit. It simply returns your frequency wrapped in matter. At the smallest measurable scale, reality stops behaving like things and starts behaving like possibilities. Particles don't sit still. They exist as waves of probability until someone observes them. Then, and only then, do they choose a position. The observer effect shattered science's old certainty. Matter listens, it listens to awareness. If that's true on the level of photons and electrons, what happens when a living consciousness, you, observes your own life? In 1801, Thomas Young's double-slit experiment showed that light behaves as both particle and wave. In 2012, physicists repeated it with larger molecules and got the same result. Observation itself decided how the experiment ended. That means the universe is participatory. It's not running without you, it's running through you. I remember standing at my window once, staring at the rain on the glass and realizing that every drop falling outside mirrored the tears I hadn't cried inside. The weather was listening. The field had answered the emotion before I even admitted it to myself. Most people think they're conscious beings, making conscious choices. In truth, more than 90% of our actions and perceptions are filtered through the subconscious. It's like the software that renders the hologram before you see it. When the subconscious carries programs of fear, lack, or unworthiness, the mirror faithfully paints them across your reality. It isn't punishment, it's feedback. I've lived that cycle, trying to change the world without changing the signal that generated it. It never worked until I changed within. The moment I started seeing myself as enough, life stopped showing me situations that said otherwise. Two particles once connected remain linked, no matter how far apart they travel. Change one, and the other reacts instantly. Distance means nothing. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. But maybe it's not spooky. Maybe it's home. Think of every person who has ever loved you. The bond doesn't end at goodbye. Your energy signatures remain entwined in the field. That's why you think of someone and they message you moments later. It's not coincidence, it's resonance. Ancient mystics said, what you do to another, you do to yourself. Quantum physics now quietly agrees. If observation collapses a wave into one outcome, what happens to the outcomes you didn't choose? They don't vanish. They exist as parallel probabilities, different versions of you playing out different scripts. When you shift belief, you tune to a different timeline. Just as a radio turns to a new station, the old song doesn't stop playing. You simply stop receiving it. That's why deep healing feels like jumping tracks. People, places, even cravings begin to fade because you're no longer vibrating at the same address. Logic may write the code, but emotion presses enter. The heart's magnetic field is thousands of times stronger than the brain's electrical output. It's the cursor that tells the universe where to type the next line of reality. When you combine clear thought with elevated emotion, you create coherence, the key that unlocks the mirror. I've tested this. Moments when I felt gratitude before the evidence appeared, life mirrored that gratitude within hours. The sequence wasn't magic, it was alignment. The mirror repeats until the signal changes. That's why lessons show up again and again, dressed in different faces. It's not karma seeking revenge, it's consciousness seeking recognition. Once you see the pattern, you're free to choose a new frequency. And the moment you choose, the field begins to rearrange. Quietly at first, then unmistakably. You'll know it's working when coincidences start forming constellations. The mirror doesn't echo your words, it echoes the feeling behind them. You can say, I'm fine 1,000 times, but if your body hums with sadness, the field will mirror sadness, not the sentence. That's why real change begins in vibration, not vocabulary. When the meaning inside you shifts, language follows automatically. I've learned that my reality upgrades the moment I stop performing peace and actually feel it. Even for 10 seconds, those 10 seconds carry more creative weight than 1,000 forced affirmations. Every human thought ripples outward, joining a sea of frequencies. When enough people hold similar emotional charge, the mirror magnifies it until it becomes visible as reality. That's why entire societies rise or fall together. It's why hope spreads like light across a crowd. It's why fear can trigger war. The collective field is a living organism that listens to its own thoughts. You are one neuron in that global brain. When you choose awareness, you send a signal of coherence into the grid. Small doesn't mean powerless. One coherent frequency can stabilize thousands of incoherent ones, just as one tuning fork can bring others into harmony. Perception is programming. The brain doesn't see reality, it predicts it. It fills in gaps based on memory, expectation, and emotion, then calls that projection the world. When you challenge an old belief, you literally rewire the prediction system. That's why change feels disorienting. Your inner map is updating. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine deleting the line of code that says, I am powerless. Now run the program again. Feel how every possibility shifts. People respond differently. Coincidences appear. Even your posture changes. That's not fantasy. It's neuroplasticity meeting quantum feedback. If the universe is a hologram, every fragment contains the whole. Cut a holographic plate in half, and you don't get half an image. You get the entire image, slightly dimmer. You are that fragment, Every heartbeat is the whole universe remembering itself in miniature. The mystic said, the kingdom of heaven is within. The physicists call it non-locality. Different tongues, one truth. The macrocosm and microcosm are reflections of the same mind. You can't fight the mirror into showing a new picture. You polish it, you breathe, forgive, soften. Alignment isn't about control, it's about cooperation. When you stop forcing outcomes and start tuning frequency, the reflection clears by itself. Think of gratitude as Windex for the soul. It removes the fingerprints of fear. The past and future are just coordinates. Observation happens only in one point. Now, every second lived fully collapses infinite possibilities into one luminous fact. That's why mindfulness matters. It keeps the projection booth steady, so the film stops flickering between regret and anticipation. In stillness, the frame stabilizes, and you finally see the pattern hidden in motion. The mirror was never meant to trap you. It was meant to teach you. Each reflection is an invitation. Do you recognize yourself yet? When you do, duality dissolves. The mirror becomes transparent, and through it, you glimpse the simple truth that ends the search. You were never observing reality. You were remembering you are reality. I felt that moment, brief, blinding, peaceful. Everything slowed, colors brightened, and even pain seemed to glow with purpose. It didn't last long, but it changed everything. So here's the question the mirror keeps asking. If life is reflecting you, what masterpiece are you willing to paint next? Every thought a brushstroke, every breath a hue, every act of love, a burst of light on the canvas of existence. You are not trapped inside the universe. You are the lens through which the universe learns how beautiful it can be. Look into the mirror one more time. Whisper the new command. Reflect the truth of who I am, light, aware, infinite, and watch the world answer back. They told you creation began with a bang. They forgot to mention it's still ringing inside you. The sound that became everything. Before there was light, there was vibration. A hum so ancient, it can still be heard in the space between heartbeats. Every note you've ever loved is an echo of that first tone. Every breath, a ripple of the same original song. When scientists place grains of sand on a metal plate and run sound through it, the grains dance into patterns, circles, spirals, mandalas. It's called somatic sound becoming shape, vibration sketching geometry. Now look at the petals of a flower, the chambers of your heart, the spiral of a galaxy. It's the same pattern repeating, creation remembering its favorite song. At the center of every living thing hides a ratio, 1:1.618. The golden ratio, the fingerprint of harmony itself. It governs the curl of shells, the unfolding of ferns, the spacing of your bones. Even the rhythm of your heartbeat dances close to it. It's as though the universe loves symmetry but not perfection. A spiral that never quite closes, a reminder that growth is endless. When I first learned this, I felt something shift inside me, because suddenly, even my scars made sense. Each curve, each healing line, another spiral returning toward the center. Imagine standing inside a cathedral and humming one clear note. The walls vibrate back at you. That's resonance. Now imagine reality itself as that cathedral. Your thoughts are tones, and the architecture responds. Every emotion sends out a pattern that shapes how energy moves. Joy makes wide arcs. Fear creates tight corners. That's why love feels open. It literally widens the design. The ancients called this sacred geometry, but it's really sacred sympathy. The universe rearranging itself to stay in tune with consciousness. Long before mathematics had symbols, shamans drew circles in the dust. Priests carved spirals into stone. Monks traced petals across mandalas. They weren't decorating, they were documenting. Each symbol was a memory of the code that holds matter together. Today, physicists use equations instead of sand, but the intent is the same, to describe how energy curls into existence. And if you've ever doodled spirals while daydreaming, you've done it too. Your hand remembering what your mind forgot. Look closely at snowflakes, no two the same, yet all built on six-fold symmetry. It's as if creation is playful, improvising endlessly within a single rule. Diversity born from discipline. That's consciousness in motion. Infinite creativity contained within order. Maybe that's why the universe needs you. You're another variation on the pattern. A note that's never been sung before, vibrating through the same eternal scale. Every blueprint needs a builder, every pattern, an observer. Geometry doesn't draw itself, it responds to awareness. Consciousness is the compass that holds creation steady. When you notice beauty, you complete the design. Your attention is the line that joins point to point, turning chaos into form. That's why awe feels so holy. It's the moment you and the universe are drawing together. Why, imagine reality as a vast lattice of energy, threads of light crossing in every direction. At each intersection, matter appears for a heartbeat, then dissolves again. Everything you see is that lattice shimmering into focus. The ancients called it the web of life. Physicists call it the quantum field. Artists simply call it inspiration. When you create, write, paint, cook, love, you're weaving new threads into that grid. You change the shape of existence every time you act with intention. In every diagram of sacred geometry, there's a center point, still silent, holding the whole design in balance. In you, that point is the heart. Its rhythm synchronizes with the planet. Its field extends beyond the skin. When it beats in coherence, gratitude, compassion, peace, the geometry around you steadies. It's not metaphor, it's harmony. The inside tunes the outside. Spirals are everywhere. Shells, storms, galaxies, DNA. Each one spins outward until it meets resistance, then folds inward again. That's how creation breathes. Expansion, contraction, rest. Humans mirror the same rhythm. We reach, we learn, we return to stillness. The secret is to love every phase, the stretch and the sigh, because both are the pattern growing wiser. Once you start to look, the architecture reveals itself in everything. The hexagon in a honeycomb, the symmetry of wings, the repeating rhythm of waves against rock. Recognition changes you. The ordinary turns luminous. You realize there's design even in your detours, meaning in the mess. The universe was never random. It was only waiting for you to notice the order in disguise. So what do we do with this knowing? We live it. We walk gentler, speak truer, build lives that echo the harmony we see in the stars. Because every choice is geometry. Every act of kindness, another line drawn toward balance. And one day, when the pattern completes its circle, we'll understand that the architect and the design were never separate. We were the builders all along. The universe isn't a machine, it's a masterpiece in motion. A cathedral made of frequency, and you are its stained glass window. Light passing through consciousness, coloring creation with your unique hue. Look around, the spiral continues. The song still sings, and the hidden architecture waits. Inside every breath, every heartbeat, every quiet moment of wonder. Remember this, you don't need to find the pattern. You're the pattern, perfectly placed, endlessly unfolding. If this video resonated with you, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free, and it truly helps this channel grow. Oh, and this has been Valkyrie. Thank you for stopping by, beautiful souls. If you enjoyed this video, you can continue the journey right here. Check out this playlist for more.